Hello, Rob McNeilly here, and I wanted to make some comments about how we can most usefully employ hypnosis to help someone who wants to overcome a habit. In particular, I want to address someone who wants to stop smoking and also someone who wants to lose weight. And I've noticed that as soon as someone announces to friends or colleagues that they're starting to do hypnosis, the first thing people bring to say, "Oh, can you help me to stop smoking? Can you help me to lose weight?" It's so strange that it seems that cigarettes and weight are the two uh, problems that people most commonly associate with hypnosis. Of course, we know that hypnosis is fantastic for much more than just that, but I wanted to mention these two just to put them in context. And firstly, I want to emphasize that uh, because people are different, we instead of having some kind of protocol to help someone stop smoking or lose weight, it's going to be much more relevant, much more helpful if we can identify with each individual person what it is about the cigarettes, what it is about the food, what it is about the smoking, what it is about their weight that is particularly problematic for them. And for example, if we ask someone uh, who says they want to stop smoking and they want hypnosis, how come they want to stop? What is it that's the problem for this person? Some people will say it's their health. Some people will say it's because their partner has nagged them. Some people will say their doctor said they have to stop smoking. There's going to be different um issues in the background that has this be a problem for someone. And it's going to be crucial if we find out with each person what the problem is for this person. If we find out what's the problem for this person, then we're going to be much more able to tailor our approach to this person, and so we're going to make a big difference to our effectiveness. It's the same with weight. Some people say I have a problem with weight and they say it's my health. Some people say it's my clothes. I can't fit into my clothes and I don't want to waste money buying new clothes. So it might be a financial problem. Some people say that the problem that they have is that they don't like how they look. And so this gives us a clue about how to attend to this person. Do we help them to accept that this is how they look is how they look, so just accept it? Or do we use the fact that looking a certain way is important and help them to find a future image of how they want to look so that that's going to be a guide for them to move towards in their experience? So, uh, finding out how come this problem is a problem for each individual person is going to be crucial. So that's my first invitation for you to explore that and put aside any preconceived idea that you might have about why someone should stop smoking, why someone should lose weight, because it's going to be different, very different for different people. And people have got enough problems with their own deal without us putting our problems onto them. Another question that I found so helpful is to ask someone, what is the benefit that the cigarettes or the weight is providing for you? What are you getting out of this? This is not a secondary gain. It's not a blame. It's not looking for some defect. But we're assuming that if someone smokes a cigarette, for example, that they're doing that because there is some benefit. And people will get different benefits. And of course, when we ask, what are you getting from this? We'll get a whole range of answers from, this is the one thing that I do just for me. So when we find out, this is the the one thing that you do that's just for you, what other things can we find that can be just for you, so that then cigarettes are one of the ways of getting that, but not the only way. If cigarettes are the only way that someone can get time and something for themselves, and then they have to give that up, that's going to be a big ask. But if it's one of the ways of getting what they want, well, then that takes the pressure off them, off us, and then it allows the whole process to move along. I remember one woman telling me that she worked in an office, and there was a smoking policy in the office that people weren't allowed to smoke. So every hour they had 10 minutes to go outside into the street and smoke. And she said, if I stop smoking, I'll have to work 60 minutes instead of 50. So we played with the possibility that she could go out with the others when they were smoking, and she could have the 10-minute break, but she didn't have to smoke. So that way she could have the break without needing the cigarettes. Now that wasn't enough, but that shifted the ground from, oh, I'm stuck, I've got a problem here. If I stop smoking, then I won't have the break, and if I continue smoking, I'll have the problem. It took the pressure off her and me and the whole situation. I notice with weight, there's an obsession with weight in our contemporary society, and maybe Twiggy has something to answer for here. But it's a fashion these days to be skinny, to be thin, and it's unfashionable to be fat, to be overweight. It's unfashionable. And when we find out how come this is a problem to a person, we get a way of exploring with each individual just what is going on. And if it's health, if it's clothes, if it's some people will say that they use weight as a way of hiding themselves. Some people have a problem with their body image. I don't like the way that I look. By clarifying with each individual person just what it is that's problematic, it's going to be so helpful. And when we ask someone, what are you getting out of the food, the weight, the overeating, whatever, again, that gives us an insight into what's happening for each individual person. A colleague of mine, David Kaloff from Seattle, used to ask someone, what in your life are you waiting for? And playing on the word waiting, some people would say, oh, I'm waiting to have more time, or I'm waiting to get a new job, or I'm waiting for a relationship or something. So then that what are you waiting for helps to give us some direction, some clarity about where to go. Now, some people say that they eat for comfort. They eat and you get a kind of a tranquilized feeling with a full stomach, and that comfort's like a tranquilizer, and it's comforting. So if they're getting comfort from food, how else can they get comfort? That provides a wider range of opportunities, takes the pressure off, and everybody's in a better position to do something useful. Some people eat from boredom. Okay, so if you're bored, what could you do that would relieve the boredom? What could you do that would help to fill in the time that would be enjoyable, that would be acceptable? So there is no overarching, ubiquitous explanation for why someone smokes, why someone eats. There's no consistent understanding of how come this is a problem. There's no generic answer to the question, what's this problem? What's the smoking or weight doing for you? We will find this out if we ask questions. And so that's my invitation. If you're working with someone who wants to stop smoking, if you're working for someone who wants to lose weight, find out how this is a problem for you. And notice what someone says. It can be so enlightening and so expansive and so relevant. And also my invitation is to ask the question, what are you getting out of this? What's the benefit that you're getting from the cigarettes, from the weight? It's a very confusing question because people usually think, oh, it's all bad. But when they start to say, oh, actually there is some benefit from it, again, it takes the pressure off. So, could you play with those ideas and let's have a conversation where we can share with each other, where you can let us know what you found by exploring this and in a way that's been helpful. So thank you so much for listening and look forward to hearing what you make of it.